So American Truck Simulator is also thanks to you as well.
Well, I helped a hand.
Yeah, wow. Hi, good morning. So we're here at DAF Eindhoven. This is part of the SCS On The Road series. So today we're here with Jan Vinstra.
Yeah,
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, very good.
So maybe you could tell us more about yourself.
Well, I'm working with DAF for almost over 28 years already. It's my first employer, still here. And I like it a lot because it's a great company. And yeah, well, I'm happy to have you guys over because, let's say, I was there when the first connection between SCS and DAF was made.
Yeah, so we have this special story that, I mean, basically DAF's presence in ets2 and Euro Truck Simulator 2 is really all thanks to you, right? So
well,
that
I guess
was almost more than 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, it started with when I first saw Euro Truck Simulator, it was DAF with a V, so I was a bit surprised with that. And then Pavel connected me,
right?
And he said, "Well, can we have the official DAF approval?" I said, "Well, yeah, well, I think it is great because it's a great game. There is no violence in the game.
Yeah.
A lot of players in the game. You can have a lot of people looking at our great products." So we arranged very quickly an approval for that to go ahead.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think with your presence in the game, it really helped kind of legitimize the game and show the world that real brands are interested. Such a large brand as DAF is interested, and that also helped us with the connection with other brands as well. I think it's been an amazing journey. The game came out in 2012. It's 2023 now. And we're back here at DAF.
It was 2012 then.
Yeah, it was 2012.
Okay.
So
because I think then we had the first connection, and we also provided you a truck back then to do some sound tracking and those kind of things to get the sound, the good sounds of the trucks into the game. But I like the game because there are a lot of drivers also playing the game, and kids, of course, driving the game, and yeah, you need to be in there.
Yeah, I think the community has just grown massively since then. I think back then it was a particularly niche game, I would say, and now we have over 14 million players seeing your products. I think it's a great opportunity for them to learn about the trucks, learn about what's available and what you have that's new. And I think with the introduction of the NGD, that was like the biggest project we had together.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was such an opportunity because we got to work with you guys a year before the launch to build the truck. I think it's unprecedented, and really it's all thanks to you and the team to make this happen. Yeah,
well, we like it a lot, and we like working with you. And I also remember back then that I was contacted by people from Cambridge and Peterbilt. And they say, well, you were you launched the American Truck Simulator, and I said, you need to be in there with the guys. So.
Oh, wow. So American Truck Simulator is also thanks to you as well.
Well, I helped a hand.
Yeah, wow.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think it's great that you have this whole group, paccar group. It helps that we work with you, and thanks to your enthusiasm, we got to work with Kenworth and Peterbilt, and people really love those trucks in addition to the DAFs. It's so different.
Great trucks.
But we're happy that we can manage to satisfy both crowds in Europe and in America with the trucks that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell me more maybe about what you work on here?
Well, currently I'm here responsible for all truck sales systems. For instance, also the configurator, the DAF truck configurator, which we can find onto the internet. And the great thing what we did also there is we render on the fly. So we render CAD files on the fly, and based on all the CAD files which product development is making, of course, to be able to produce trucks. And we use that also in our truck configurator. Because with trucks you got millions of configurations, which is pretty difficult to make pre-renders on the fly, like this is a pre-render or this is a CGI. But yeah, we cannot produce millions of CGIs to show all your possible options, and that's why we need to go to running on the fly.
Right. And when was this started? This project?
Well, I think this is also around that time, 2012, 2014, something like that. Yeah.
And I guess it's definitely very innovative to render it on the fly. There must have been so many challenges you had to overcome.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult, and you need to have the data under control, which is still difficult. But yeah, I think that's the future way of working.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always better for the customer to be able to see around the truck every part that they want and whatever they can customize. Like I'm sure you have like chassis options, body options for rigids.
Yeah, so it's also important for bodybuilders because they need to put a body on to our chassis.
Yeah.
And if you have that information chassis specific available, makes life way easier for a bodybuilder to prepare before the chassis is arriving at its premises.
Wow, that's really great to hear. And now I know you're working also on electric trucks, hydrogen trucks.
Yeah, hydrogen combustion engines. Yeah, everything is in there.
So that's the future of trucking, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you don't know which application is going to be there, where. So we're having all in our baskets, so to say. But it's also very much dependent on the infrastructure.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I know that DAF is going to be 100 in 5 years. So is there anything we can be looking forward to that?
Yeah. In 5 years, 100 years. Well, I think we now have the best products on the market. The NGD is an enormous success in fuel consumption, but also in safety.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you have seen the XD, for instance, the XD day cab. Well, if you get cameras onto that and you got the vision door, that is really amazing. That's a next level of safety.
Yeah, I know there's also the vision dashboard, right? Where you have
correct.
You have slightly different front to it. I mean the dashboard on the inside. Yeah. And it's the first truck with the 5-star safety rating.
Well, I don't know whether if you have the possibility, sit in it, because if you're sitting in it, you will be amazed, because that's a really next level.
So I think our players are definitely looking forward to having a go at one of those trucks.
Yeah.
How do you find the success of the NGD series?
I think it's amazing that we as a company did, let's say, with the new EU legislation. So we took advantage of that as the first truck manufacturer. There is no competitor who has a similar truck on the market. And I think we did a great job, because the truck is absolutely top of the build. It's the premium truck on the market. Yeah,
and I think it's still currently the only one that takes advantage of the new rules.
Yeah.
It must have been like a massive risk to take, I think, before the legislations were introduced.
Yeah,
of course, there were talks about it, right? Every manufacturer was pushing for slightly larger dimensions, but you really committed to investing resources into developing for rules that weren't really set in place yet.
Yeah, well, I think we got a very smart strategic board, and we know all about trucks. So that's what we are. We are a truck company. So that's where you're best in, and that's how we can make the best decisions.
That's great to hear. And yeah, we had a tour here in the factory, and we had a tour also at the cab factory in Westerlo, and I think
you've seen the cab factory.
It's really impressive, and I think we can tell that everything is running at full capacity, right?
Yeah, it's brand new. That's why we also have that amazing quality of our products.
Yeah. How many trucks do you make here a day?
Above 200 currently here in Eindhoven.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess your order books are full for the next year, maybe?
Yeah, the order books are very good, so we're happy with that. And I heard you also visited the DAF Museum?
Oh yeah, we did. It was amazing. I mean, to see the history, to see how far the company has come, and the number of innovations that were on show, and we didn't know it was like invented by DAF.
Yeah,
so that's pretty awesome to see.
Like the fifth wheel, nobody knows, but it was invented by Huub van Doorne.
Yeah, that's crazy. So we've seen the birth of like modern trucking in a way.
That's what it is.
And from passenger cars also, military trucks. and we saw like the paccar truck with the 2 engines. That was a that was really insane. The buses. There was a Royal bus. It's really cool to be in Eindhoven, and thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, we really enjoyed our time here, and we really need to thank you again for kickstarting this whole thing, for being open to this partnership.
Of course.
And we would love to work on even more products with you in the future.
Well, we certainly will.